First is your epithelial tissue.
The human body is made up of numerous organs. Each organ is made up of different types of tissue. Can you guess which is the largest organ of our body?
Which is the largest organ of body?
The skin is the largest organ of the human body in surface area and weight. It makes up nearly 16% of the total body weight. Of the 4 types of animal tissue, the skin mainly constitutes the epithelial tissue. The epithelium, plural epithelia, is not restricted to the skin. It also forms the outer covering and the inner lining of all body organs and cavities.
So epithelial tissue forms the outer covering and the inner lining of body organs and cavities. Is it okay?
Let's explore epithelial tissue. Epithelium is the tissue comprising a continuous sheet or sheets of tightly packed cells.
So epithelial tissue has sheets of tightly packed cells. In this figure you can see how the cells are tightly packed in this. Is it clear? So epithelial tissue has sheets of tightly packed cells. The cells are very tightly packed.
Our skin and the inner and outer linings of all our body organs, such as lungs, stomach, kidney, heart, and even the blood vessels, have epithelial tissue. There are several types of epithelial tissue. But broadly, they are grouped and named on the basis of 2 criteria: number of layers of cells and the shape of the top layer of cells. Based on the number of layers of cells, the epithelia are of 2 types: simple, with a single layer of cells, and stratified, with multiple layers of cells. Stratified epithelium is also called compound epithelium. On the basis of the cell shape, epithelia can be squamous with flat cells, cuboidal with cube-shaped cells, or columnar with tall pillar-shaped cells. Some epithelial tissue can also have specialized structural and functional modifications such as cilia, microvilli, or glands. The epithelium shown here is a simple ciliated columnar epithelium. It has a single layer with its surface covered with tall columnar cells that have cilia. Can you now describe and name the 2 epithelia shown here? Irrespective of the cell shape and number of layers of cells, all types of epithelial tissue have some common features. All epithelial tissues have 2 faces, one free surface or apical surface, and the other basal surface. The basal surface anchors the cells on a common membrane called the basement membrane. Cells of epithelium have specialized contact points called cell junctions. A gap junction allows communication between neighboring cells. A tight junction packs the plasma membranes of adjoining cells to avoid leakage, and adhering junctions provide cementing between the plasma membranes of adjoining cells. Another Another feature common to all epithelial tissue is the absence of blood supply. Epithelia are avascular. If epithelia do not have a blood supply, then how do the cells get food and a gaseous supply? Underneath the basement layer is the connective and muscular tissue, which is richly supplied with blood. The cells of epithelial tissue exchange material with these cells through simple diffusion. Epithelia may lack blood supply, but they are well connected with the nerve cells.
So epithelial tissue is supplied with nerve cells. Is it clear? Epithelial tissue
All
is supplied
epithelial
with nerve
tissues
cells.
have a rapid rate of cell division to replace cells. Common functions of epithelial tissue are protection, secretion, absorption, transportation, and exchange of material.
So what are the functions of epithelial tissue? The functions of epithelial tissues are protection, secretion, absorption, transportation, and exchange of materials. Is it clear? Functions of epithelial tissues are protection, secretion, absorption, transportation, and exchange of materials.
As described earlier, simple epithelium has one layer of cells anchored on the basement membrane.
So simple epithelium has single layer of cells which is supported by the basement membrane. Is it clear?
Based on the shape of the cells, these can be of three types: simple squamous epithelium, simple cuboidal epithelium, and simple columnar epithelium.
And on this basis they are classified into simple squamous epithelium, simple cuboidal epithelium, and simple columnar epithelium.
Let's look at the structure, distribution, and function of each of these. Simple squamous epithelium resembles a tiled pavement when viewed from the top because of their flattened cells and central nucleus. The cell is also
सिंपल स्क्वामस में क्या होता है क्लास? आप देख पा रहे हो एक सेंट्रल न्यूक्लियस है तो सेल्स ऑफ सिंपल स्क्वामस एपिथेलियम आर फ्लैटेंड विद अ सेंट्रल न्यूक्लियस. फ्लैट होते हैं और एक सेंट्रल न्यूक्लियस होता है इसमें.
paired with friandly with yolk side up. It is present in body parts that are involved in selective exchange of material, such as the lining of alveoli, the walls of blood vessels, and Bowman's capsule in the kidneys. The cuboidal shape and central nucleus of the simple cuboidal epithelium are visible from either side in the sectional view. From the top, these cells also appear polygonal. They are present in parts involved in secretion and absorption, such as the lining of kidney tubules, salivary glands, the thyroid gland, and sweat glands. The tall, pillar-like, closely arranged cells of simple columnar epithelial tissue, all
तो सिंपल कॉलमिनर एपिथेलियम के सेल्स कैसे होते हैं? टॉल पिलर टाइप विद अ न्यूक्लियस इन द बेसल रीजन.
also appear polygonal from the top view. The nucleus is located in the basal region of these cells. Simple columnar epithelium generally has microvilli or cilia at the apical surface. Microvilli increase the surface area for absorption, and the rhythmic beating of cilia helps in the movement of material. Knowing the structural modifications and functions of simple columnar epithelium, can you list some body parts that are lined by this epithelial tissue? skin loses about 30 to 40,000 dead skin cells from its surface almost every minute. Of the two types of epithelia, simple or stratified, which type is more likely to be found in parts that are subjected to high wear and tear?
So the structure of epithelial tissue in the skin is it single layered or is it multi-layered? So it is multi-layered.
Skin is stratified squamous epithelium comprised of many layers of cells. Cells in deeper layers may be of cuboidal or columnar types, but the tissue is named after the shape of the topmost layer. In this case, it is squamous. Similarly, stratified cuboidal and stratified columnar epithelia have cuboidal and columnar cells in their apical layers. More examples of body parts where stratified epithelia are found are lines of mouth, tongue, alimentary canal, and vagina.
So these all are the location of stratified epithelia, lining of mouth, lining of tongue. All these are examples. All these are the areas where stratified epithelia is located.
The main function of stratified epithelium is protection from mechanical and chemical stressors. In ureters, the urinary bladder, and the urethra, the stratified epithelia have the ability to stretch and relax. This helps in accommodating a variable volume of fluid in the urinary system. This type of epithelium is called the transition epithelium. In some cases, a few cells of the simple columnar epithelium do not extend as far as the surface. These cells give a false impression of multi-layered cells, hence they are called pseudo-stratified epithelium. Cervical cancer is one of the most prevalent cancers in women. A Pap smear or Pap test is a screening test that involves examination of the stratified squamous epithelial lining of the female reproductive organs to detect any abnormality.
So next is glandular epithelial tissue.
Our alimentary canal is capable of digesting the food passing through it. How is this digestion carried out, and why are our own body tissues protected from being digested? Digestion is carried out by various enzymes and digestive juices secreted by the glands located in the inner epithelial lining of the alimentary canal.
तो फूड कंपोनेंट्स किस तरह से डाइजेस्ट होते हैं? एंजाइम सीक्रेटेड बाय डाइजेस्टिव ग्लैंड्स डाइजेस्ट वेरियस कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ फूड. जो डाइजेस्टिव ग्लैंड्स एंजाइम सीक्रेट करते हैं, वो एंजाइम्स क्या करते हैं? फूड कंपोनेंट्स को डाइजेस्ट करते हैं.
Our own body tissues are protected because of the mucus secreted by special goblet cells located in the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue in glands is called the glandular epithelium. Its main function is secretion. Salivary glands, sweat glands, oil glands, mucus glands, and hormone-producing endocrine glands are examples of glandular tissue. Glands can be unicellular, as in the case of the mucus-secreting goblet cells, or multicellular, as in the case of sweat glands. The glands that release their products through ducts or tubes are called exocrine glands. Hormone-producing glands are ductless and are called endocrine glands. performs the dual roles of both an endocrine and an exocrine gland.
So this is the type of epithelium that is simple squamous. इसका स्ट्रक्चर कैसा होता है? सिंगल लेयर सेल्स कैसे होते हैं? फ्लैटेंड सेल्स, और इसमें न्यूक्लियस जो होता है सेंट्रल न्यूक्लियस होता है. इसके फंक्शंस क्या होते हैं? फंक्शंस आर एक्सचेंज ऑफ मटेरियल एंड फिल्ट्रेशन. और लोकेशंस क्या है? दैट इज ब्रोंकियोल्स, alveoli, lining of Bowman's capsule, tubules of nephron, internal ear, lining of blood vessels. तो this was simple squamous. Simple squamous का structure आपको समझ आ गया. That is single layered flattened cell, central nucleus. उसके functions हमने देखे and उसका locations. Next comes simple cuboidal. Simple cuboidal में जो structure है that is single layered. सिंगल लेयर के बाद क्यूबॉइडल सेल्स हैं और सेंट्रल न्यूक्लियस है. फंक्शंस क्या हैं इसके? फंक्शंस हैं सीक्रेशन और एब्जॉर्प्शन. और इसकी लोकेशंस क्या हैं? लोकेशन इज थायराइड ग्लैंड, नेफ्रॉन्स ऑफ किडनी एंड स्वेट ग्लैंड्स. उसके बाद आता है आपका सिंपल कॉलुमिनर. सिंपल कॉलुमिनर का स्ट्रक्चर कैसा है? दैट इज सिंगल लेयर पिलर लाइक सेल्स हैं, बेसल न्यूक्लियस. फंक्शंस क्या है? सीक्रेशन, एब्जॉर्प्शन. मेन लोकेशंस क्या है? दैट इज लाइनिंग ऑफ स्टमक, इंटेस्टाइन, गॉल ब्लैडर एंड बाइल डक्ट एंड डाइजेस्टिव ग्लैंड्स. उसके बाद आता है आपका स्ट्रेटिफाइड स्क्वैमस. स्ट्रेटिफाइड स्क्वैमस का स्ट्रक्चर दैट इज मल्टी लेयर टॉप लेयर ऑफ फ्लैटेंड स्क्वैमस सेल्स. उसके बाद फंक्शन इज प्रोटेक्शन एंड मेन लोकेशंस आर स्किन, लाइनिंग ऑफ वेजिना, कर्विक्स, vocal cords, esophagus, mouth. Is it clear? So this flow chart we have already seen. उसके बाद आता है आपका कनेक्टिव टिश्यू.
Aging is a natural process, and wrinkles are one of the early symptoms of natural aging. What causes wrinkles in the skin?
So what is the cause of wrinkles in the skin?
Skin has three main layers: specialized collagen and elastic fibers in the dermis provide elasticity to the normal skin. Moreover, the layer of fat cells called the adipose tissue in the deeper layers of our skin maintains thickness and prevents loss of moisture. Aging leads to changes in different layers of human skin. The ridges and folds of wrinkled skin are mainly caused by loss of the fibers and fat cells. The collagen fiber, elastic fiber, and adipose tissues are examples of the tissue that binds or connects different tissues or organs together.
तो connective tissue connects different tissues and organs.
This tissue is called the connective tissue. Main functions of connective tissue is to bind or connect different parts, support and protect internal body organs, store fats and provide insulation, transport various substances, and to provide defense and immune response.
So what are the functions of connective tissue? It connects
Of the four broad types of animal tissues, connective tissue is the most abundant and widely distributed in the body. It occurs in a variety of structures adapted to perform various functions. Blood for transport of material, bones and cartilage for support, lymph for immune response, and adipose for fat storage are examples of connective tissue. All connective tissues are composed of three main components. These are the connective tissue cells, the connective tissue fibers, and the matrix or ground substance in which the cells and fibers exist. The general structure of connective tissue can be compared with Chinese noodle soup with vegetables. The thick fluid part is like the matrix. The noodles represent the fibers, and the vegetables are analogous to the connective tissue cells. The cells of connective tissue are of many types. Cells whose name ends in blast, such as fibroblasts, osteoblasts, and chondroblasts, are immature cells. These cells can
So these are some of the examples of immature cells that are fibroblasts, osteoblasts and chondroblasts.
divide and also secrete the ground matrix. The names of mature cells of connective tissues end in cyte, C-Y-T-E. For example, fibrocytes, osteocytes, chondrocytes, and adipocytes. Other cells of connective tissue are macrophages, plasma cells, and mast cells, which play a vital role in body immunity. Connective tissue fibers are mainly of three types. These are thick and strong collagen fibers, thin elastic fibers, and branched reticular fibers. The matrix or ground substance of the connective tissue can be semi-fluid, solid, or fluid in nature. Examples of connective tissues that have a semi-fluid matrix are fat-storing adipose tissue, tendon, connecting bones to muscles, and ligament, connecting two bones. The matrix is solid in the case of bones and cartilage, whereas blood and lymph circulating in the body are examples of connective tissue.
So these are some of the examples that are given to you and the types of matrix in connective tissues. Semi-fluid matrix, इसके examples है adipose tissue, tendons and ligaments. Then is solid matrix. Solid matrix के examples दे रखे हैं आप सबको. That is bones and cartilages. और fluid matrix किसमें होता है? That is blood and lymph. So these are the type of matrix in connective tissues.
With a fluid matrix. Let's study and compare the structures of some of these tissues in detail.
You are given the parameters, and then you have to fill where epithelial tissue, about epithelial tissue and then connective tissue. Arrangement of cells, epithelial tissue में किस तरह से cells arrange होते हैं और connective tissue में किस तरह से cell arrange होते हैं. Epithelial tissue में anchored on basement membrane, आप सबको पता है basement membrane से supported होते हैं, और connective tissue they are present in ground matrix. उसके Then comes blood supply. Epithelial tissue में blood supply is absent and connective tissue में blood supply is present. Then is their location. Epithelial tissue, they are located in inner and outer lining and connective tissue between the two tissues or organs. Then is main functions. Epithelial tissue का main function क्या होता है? Protection, support and secretion. Connective tissue का function support, binding and storage. Is it clear? This was basically a comparison between epithelial and connective tissue on the basis of certain parameters.
Based on the arrangement of fibers and cells, connective tissues can and dense connective tissue. Both these types have a semi-fluid matrix. In loose connective tissue, the fibers and cells are loosely and randomly arranged. Examples of loose connective tissues are areolar and adipose tissue. Both are located in the deeper layer of the skin. Areolar tissue helps in filling, binding, support, and immune response. Whereas adipose tissue stores fat and helps in insulation. When the fibers are compactly arranged in the semi-fluid matrix, the connective tissue is called the dense connective tissue. Depending on the arrangement of fibers, dense connective tissue can further be regular or irregular. Regular dense connective tissue forms the tendons and ligaments, where the fibers are arranged in parallel pattern. Irregular dense connective